For most people, you've never had to experience watching another human being take their last breath or watching their chest go silent when they take that last breath and their heart stops beating. Unfortunately, in my career, I have experienced that both with adults, teenagers, and small children, from the chronic or acute medical issue to the traumatic event that changes a family's life forever. It's not something anyone wants to see, but it's part of my chosen career. I remember years ago working as a paramedic on a med unit in the north end of the county. We'd been doing our training, hydrants, and other things throughout the day. We would also been grilling or putting ribs on the smoker for a really good dinner that night when we sat down. Right as we were sitting down to eat, been waiting on this all day, of course the tones go off and alert us to a call. I immediately became disgusted. Why me? I've been waiting on this meal all day, working, and now we get a call. But as I'm thinking this and being selfish, the call comes across that it's a small child that's been hit by an automobile, and my mind immediately reflects back or turns back to now it's time to go to work. We arrived on the scene shortly. It was only a couple of miles from the station. I noticed a group of people sitting in the ditch and holding something. When I got to the ditch, I noticed it was a small, blonde-headed, freckled boy, lifeless, being held by a man and being rubbed his chest and arm by another lady. Those happened to be his mother and father who had witnessed the accident. As I bend down, the child's pretty much taking his last breath. If I remember correct, he's 7 or 8 years old. And the father gently puts his hand on my arm and says, "Please don't let my son die." That profoundly impacted me, but I knew I had a job to do. I took his son. We did what we were supposed to do. Somehow we were able to get a heart beating, and the small boy started breathing some on his own prior to arriving at the hospital. Unfortunately, the child didn't survive his injuries. He only lived about 6 or 8 hours. I felt compelled to go to the funeral home, which is not something we normally do in public safety, but in this case, I felt I needed to go see the family, maybe just for me. When I walked into the visitation room, the mother and father immediately recognized me, came over, and I guess could sense that I needed some comfort. Hugged me and thanked me for giving them back their son, if only for a short 6 or 8 hours, that they could hold him while he was still alive and tell him how much they loved him. I needed that. That profoundly changed how I looked at things in life, of the feeling of, why me, God? Why is this happening to me? Why did this not go my way? To understanding that so many people and others go through things much more serious than I've ever experienced. I've never had a loved one die in my arms, much less my own kid. I can't put myself in that position, nor can any of us. But it can make us look at things different, and instead of always wondering, why did I not get the grade I thought I deserved, or why did things not go my way, or get that new car, or for me being selfish, why don't I get to eat this good meal that we've prepared? Why do I have to catch a call now? Life is good. Life's not that bad. But that call, along with others, profoundly changed me and how I look at things. I don't take things as serious in nature as I used to, nor should we. Most of our issues we face that we complain about are trivial in nature to the ones other people experience. I hope this small story about something that changed my life shows others that it's not always that bad, and that there's many others out there that's experiencing much far worse issues in life than what we are. My name is Chad Black, and thank you for giving me this opportunity.